Please follow these safety guidelines. Perform this installation only when your car is off and the engine is cold. Never handle or inspect antifreeze coolant on a hot engine. Always wear safety glasses and gloves to avoid direct contact with any antifreeze coolant. Always check your owner's manual for any special cooling system instructions. And always follow local laws and regulations for proper disposal of used antifreeze coolant. Never drain used antifreeze coolant into storm sewers, septic systems, or onto the ground. How to flush and fill a cooling system. Difficulty level 3. Time to complete 60 to 90 minutes. To complete this procedure, you'll need Prestone antifreeze coolant, Prestone 50/50 premix antifreeze coolant, Prestone Super Flush, a garden hose, a funnel, a 2-gallon bucket, and a clean dry cloth or rag. First, locate the vehicle's antifreeze reservoir tank and remove the cap. Then, remove the radiator cap from the radiator filler neck. Never remove the radiator cap while the engine is hot. Locate the radiator drain plug underneath the radiator and place a large bucket beneath it. If the vehicle doesn't have a drain valve, or if it's difficult to remove, consult the service manual for further instructions. Open the radiator drain plug and drain the old antifreeze coolant to remove any loose rust and sediment from the system. Be careful not to make contact with the antifreeze. If this happens, rinse with soap and water immediately. Once it's empty, close the drain valve. Put the used antifreeze coolant into sealed containers and clearly label them as used antifreeze. To avoid any accidents, never use old beverage containers or other common household items. Dispose of the used antifreeze coolant properly. Special reclamation centers are set up in many areas for collection, so be sure to check your local laws and regulations for proper disposal. In the meantime, store the containers in a secure location away from any children or pets. Next, inspect the condition of the cooling system hoses. If any hoses appear brittle or cracked, they should be replaced. Before refilling with new antifreeze, the cooling system must be flushed to clean the engine. The Prestone team recommends using a cooling system flush like Prestone Super Flush to remove any stubborn rust, grease, and sediment that plain water cannot. Fill the radiator with Prestone Super Flush. If the vehicle doesn't have a radiator filler neck, add the Super Flush directly into the reservoir tank. Add clean water to the radiator and then to the antifreeze reservoir tank until the level reaches the full cold mark on the tank. Then, replace the radiator and reservoir caps. Run the engine with the heater on high until the temperature gauge reads normal operating temperature. Stop the engine and allow it to cool completely. After the engine is cooled, remove the radiator and reservoir caps and drain the entire cooling system again. When completed, close the drain plug and fill the system with just plain water. Replace the radiator and reservoir caps and run the engine for 15 minutes. Shut off the engine and allow it to cool. Now, re-drain the engine again and then close the drain valve. Check the owner's manual for the capacity of the vehicle's cooling system before refilling with new antifreeze. Add 100% Prestone or Prestone low-tox antifreeze coolant concentrate equal to half of the cooling system's capacity. The goal is to have a 50% antifreeze, 50% water combination. Up to 70% antifreeze coolant is acceptable when freezing protection below -50 degrees Fahrenheit is desired. Now, top off the system with water until the mixture reaches the full cold line on the overflow reservoir tank. Then replace the cap. Now, run the engine with the heater on high to fully disperse the new antifreeze throughout the entire cooling system until it reaches normal operating temperature. Shut off the engine and allow it to cool completely. Check the antifreeze coolant level at the coolant reservoir tank. The level should reach the full cold line. Top off the system with Prestone 50/50 pre-diluted antifreeze mixture as necessary. Some vehicles may require the cooling system to be bled to remove any excess air that entered into the engine during draining. So refer to the vehicle's service manual to see if this step is necessary and follow the specified instructions. Check for any spills or leaks and clean these up immediately. After a few days of driving, check the antifreeze coolant level again and top it off with the Prestone 50/50 pre-diluted antifreeze coolant mixture as needed. The Prestone team recommends flushing and filling your cooling system every 5 years or 150,000 miles to maintain maximum engine protection.